nation, and Nigeria. Now, this is going to be our first pre-match press conference. And here we have the coach of the Tanzanian national team, Oscar Mirambo, and we have also the captain of the team, Maurice Abraham. Now, this press conference will last maximum 30 minutes. I will open the floor for you to ask them questions. But please, introduce yourself, your media house, then you can ask your question. When you ask one question, before you ask a second one, allow your other colleague also to be able to ask questions. Okay, thank you very much. Let's start.
In football, we believe that we always have to do some things so that we can improve. Playing the friendly games, that gives you a time at least to see what problems do you have to solve in a team. So identifying a problem is the very first important step, and thereafter you go for the solutions. We have been trying, to prepare ourselves for quite a long time. And we believe that we have done enough already, and we are looking forward for the kickstart of the games come tomorrow.
Next.
I keep on saying that in this age category, there is no experience because you can only play once and then you graduate. So if at all there is an experience, it means that remains for the technical staff and maybe the FA concern. And therefore, it's always a new setup. Yes, in the world's ranking, and most especially in youth development, we are not matching Nigeria. But we are having more or less the same platform to make sure that we compete. At the end of the day, we have to make a statement. If at all you want to become big, you always have to compete against the best. And we are very, very optimistic that this is our time, and we have been preparing for quite a long time. And then it's a high time we have to go and make a statement in this particular tournament. We have prepared, we have the strategy, we know Nigeria, and we know what exactly we needed to do so that you can come with positive results. As you mentioned, this is the second time for us to take part. The first time it was more or less as a mini piloting project rather than going to compete. So we went there to learn, to identify the way we prepare and how others do prepare. So what we observed from the previous competition is what made us do the preparation that we did, and the preparation that is giving us a confidence that this time around we are going to fare in the competition. That particular experience of going for the first time in AFCON in Gabon 2017 takes all in terms of the preparation, and we won't be having an excuse this time around, because at first we could have said easily that this is our first time, it's like we are learning, but the learning is over. Now it's the time that we have to do, and we are ready to do it, and that's where we are saying we are more looking forward to kickstart the tournament, playing against Nigeria tomorrow, and we're gonna take from there. Let me go first with the second question. The pressure of Tanzania to go to the World Cup. Of course, it's not all about the pressure, but also it's how the pressure is matching with our objective. The primary objective of our team is to make sure that we qualify for the World Cup for the very first time. Having that particular pressure from people of Tanzania needing to go for the World Cup, that gives us a very super coincidence that we are looking things on the same direction. And then we are not taking it as a pressure. Instead, we are just taking it we're taking it as a boosting motivation from the people outside, so that we can focus on the objective that we are having to make sure that we qualify for the World Cup. And the second question, which was first, is how was it playing with the Guinea in Turkey, and again playing with the Cameroon? It was a learning process. When we were just living here, going to Turkey, we said clearly that we want to use that particular, we wanted to use that particular tournament to evaluate ourselves in terms of the preparation that we are doing, and to identify some areas that needed to be improved. The tournament was really successful in terms of the objective that we had. Playing with Guinea, yes, we saw some good things from our side, but the challenges that were still in the team. Coming from Turkey back home, we were trying to solve all those challenges which we observed in that particular tournament. Again, we had this tournament in Burundi, which was again the second place whereby we could evaluate how far have we reached in terms of finding solutions which we obtained from the previous tournament. Playing with Cameroon is more or less playing against Guinea or most of the Western countries, because it's always muscular, and they are always playing that, what we call it a combat football. So having coming out with the positive results, that tells us we have been already in the right track in terms of solving the problem that we obtained from the match against the Guinea. What can we say now is that we have done enough already in terms of preparation. We know what do we want to do if we play the team which is actually more muscular than us, and how to play with a team which is more tactical. Because you have just mentioned the Guinea, but again, we had a time to play against Turkey, which was completely different game. Also, it was a learning, and then we have already actually made a lot of improvement, and we are just looking forward for tomorrow, so that we can keep on expressing ourselves, and of course harvest what we have already sowed.
Good. Any question for the captain? Okay.
My name is Nordin from Wazam. Ken, what is your message for the fans? I mean, the 12 players out of the pitch.
Kwanza mimi ningependa kuambia washabiki wetu wa Tanzania wajitokeze kwa wingi, waweze kutupa sapoti, sababu tunaenda kufanya kitu kizuri na tutaenda kuwafurahisha, hawatajuta kuwa nyuma yetu.
Okay.
Captain, wewe ni mmoja wa wachezaji ambao wamekuwa na performance nzuri katika mashindano yote ambayo tumeshiriki. Kwa hiyo msika kutengeneza magoli mengi zaidi. Nafasi yako ni nani? Lakini pia nyinyi kama wachezaji mshindi, waangalizi upande
Kwanza ningependa kujibu swali la kwanza. Nafasi yangu mimi nikiwa kama kiongozi kwanza uwanjani na nikiwa kama kiungo, na wajibu mkubwa kwa kutengeneza nafasi nyingi ili washambuliaji waweze kufunga magoli mengi. Na samani mmoja kwa urudi swali la pili. Maandalizi ambayo tumeyapata ni maandalizi makubwa na maandalizi mazuri. Kiangaa hapo nyuma kuna vitu vizuri tumefanya na vibaya tumefanya, na mimi wote kocha wetu aliwaona na kaweza mazuri kuweza kuendeleza na mabaya kuweza kurekebisha ili tuweze kufanya vizuri. Kwa hiyo tumejiandaa ipasavyo kwa mchezo wa kesho.
Jesus me. Tunaanzia wapi tena? Mwanzoni kule. Swali lako pia uliuliza kwa Kiswahili moja kwa moja. Nafikiri uanze na swali ili nao pia waelewe afu tu translate. If at all we start with the second question, what you have said is that they have done good things previous, and also they had a bad time while preparing, and most especially taking part in different tournaments. So his coach saw what was positive, so that the team has to maintain. But again, the challenges that was happening, of course, we have worked way too much to make sure that we adjust all those areas, so that at the end of the day, we need the consistency of the positive, but again, to take out the flaws.
Okay, last two questions. Oui, bien sûr. Il va traduire. Okay, he's asking what is your first objective in the game against Nigeria tomorrow, and beyond Nigeria, what is your objective in the entire tournament? And also we know that Tanzania qualified for the AFCON after almost 39 years. How does it impact on you and on the tournament?
Firstly, the primary objective that we have for tomorrow's game is to make sure that we come out responsibly. That for that to happen, it means that we need to play attacking football. But again, we have to be conscious that while you attack, you have also the goal to defend. What is the objective in the entire tournament? I said it earlier that the very primary objective that we have as a team, as the federation, as the country in general, we being representative who we are going to walk the talk of that particular objective, is to make sure that we qualify for the World Cup for the very first time ever. Having the situation which is going on in East African football, 4 teams qualifying, Simba making it to quarter final, that is a boost, that is a motivation, you see, and that tells you that East Africa, Tanzania particularly, we are on the right track. Where do we start to build a house? We are not starting from the top. Obviously, we have to start from the bottom. And that being the case, the group that we are having, that is the bottom. And then we have to leave the expectation of all these people, and again, try to match with our brothers who have already made it to the AFCON. But we need to set a new standard. Qualifying for AFCON, we are in AFCON. Would it make any difference us taking part in AFCON and just staying there? Obviously not. Then we have to go some steps further, and the step is to qualify for the World Cup.
Okay, that's the last question.
Kwanza kumia kwake ilikuwa ni pigo kubwa sana katika timu, ukizingatia mchezaji ambaye timu inamtegemea, na baada ya kurejea kwenye kikosi, naamini kila mtu kwanza alikuwa na furaha na alikuwa ana hamu ya kumwona tena Kevin akirudi uwanjani, na mpaka sasa hivi tupo katika muunganiko mzuri, na naamini tutakuwa naye vizuri na atafanya vizuri kama mvozea hapo mwanzoni.
Coach, you scored so far an average of 2+ a game in the previous games you played so far. Do you think your striking force is something that your opponents need to worry?
First, they are okay, but it's a work that needs to be improved. If at all you can compare the goals we score and the chances that we are creating, doesn't match. We are not taking even a half of the chances. So we are not satisfied. We need them to do even more so that they can have an average at least of more than 50% of using the chances that we are scoring. So what I can say, it's satisfactory, but we still need it to improve.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. I would like to remind you that Tanzania will be training at 2 p.m. The first 15 minutes will be open to the media, and if the Tanzanian team is kind enough, they can allow you interview to the coach and to the player, the first 15 minutes. Then at 2 o'clock. Now, the next press conference will be to hear what Nigeria have to say based on what they say now. Then Nigeria press conference will start at 2 o'clock in this very room. Then 2 o'clock Nigeria. And at 3 o'clock it will be Nigeria's training. The Nigeria's training also, the first 15 minutes will be open to you, the press. Then after that we will have Angola at 3, Uganda at 4 o'clock. I am sure you have the program. And after the press conference, their training will follow. Then all the training today, the first 15 minutes, will be open to the press. Thank you very much. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Captain, and good luck for tomorrow.
Pamoja tunatusua mpaka Brazil.